what's going on? It's the hungry hustling American dream Afroman. Wake and bake, America. Yeah, you're chilling with Mr. Ashtray.
That's Mr. Trey, not Ashtray.
You're listening to Mr. Trey, and you know why. Yeah. Yeah.
Good morning, evening, and afternoon, America. And I apologize because you guys obviously are hearing lemon pound cake playing in the background. Lemon pound cake. But we do apologize for the audio hiccup there. We did not expect you guys to not hear lemon pound cake. As a matter of fact, we expected you to hear it, so now I'm hurt by that. But that's okay though. We'll get it back, man. We'll get it back. Like faux flats on a Cadillac. We just got to get it back somewhere else is all. But anyway, Chris,
Lemon
welcome to the
pound
show.
cake.
Under the sun, lemon pound cake.
Lemon pound cake.
We was having so anyway, for those of you of the Afroman Nation, don't forget, share this link with your friends. Send it out. We are definitely going hard today. For those of you that don't know, Afroman, friend and fan of the show. So this is going to be a little more fun to cover his shenanigans like this. Okay, one thing though is lemon pound cake for some reason is definitely doing something funky to me. Hang on. Anyway,
that,
there
TMI,
we go.
yo.
Mama's lemon pound cake. It tastes so nice.
They can't stop us, man. They're not going to stop me with no technical issues. Can't get it to play back through the system. No problem. Play that
He
bitch
was
on the
gonna
phone.
put down his Glock and have him a slice.
I got to tell you guys, it's been definitely this show is so fun. It's been a fun week to get ready for this show because it's a lawsuit. Getting to listen to all kinds of fun things like legal experts and such and such and such, and that part's been fun. Oh, the research side of it. Chris, how's your week been, by the way? Probably should ask that.
Not too bad considering, typical Michigan weather, up and down, crazy BS.
What do you mean?
Going from warm to cold to rain to snow.
Nice. Which, by the way, hey, just for the record, I have lemon pound cake to smoke for the show. I don't know if I told you that.
Ah,
Lemon pound
nice.
cake from Pure Medical. Lemon pound cake. I picked it up down the street. Lemon pound cake. My dealer, she's really sweet because the lady that owns the place is really sweet. We trade plants. She's a nice lady. I keep telling
I'm,
the kennel I'm a dealer
I'm
she needs
not,
to meet her.
I'm not really a lemon guy though when it comes to smoke.
Well, you a sour bitch, so how you not a lemon guy?
Ah,
Fucker.
I like sour diesel.
I do enjoy a good sour diesel. Thank you. I'll thank you to mind your business about my diesels. I have toxic diesel right now. I mean, that's still a
Nice.
diesel. That's
Yeah,
definitely
it's
still
still
a
an
diesel.
off breed.
So obviously, uh, we're here because of the Afroman lawsuit. Um, the honestly, I just have to. Can I just throw something out there real quick, just because I can't stop thinking about this? When you can literally make a song where the title is calling somebody else a son of a bitch, and then you can get sued for that. I mean, honestly, what can I say? Like, it's that's so Afro, man. It's so Afro, man. Oh, let it hit, let it hit, let it hit. Oh, I love that. I love that doo-wop vibe. You know that I love the doo-wop vibe. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
get me dirty with the doo-wop vibe. Right? Hey, 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 son of a bitch! Hey, you know what? He needs me to DJ this song so I can do some hype man work for him. I owe him that much for this.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on? It's the hungry hustling American dream Afroman. Wake and bake, America. Yeah, you're chilling with Mr. S10-E23.
That's Mr. Trey, not Ashtray.
You're listening to Mr. Trey, and you know why. Yeah.
I
So,
love that
for those who
clip.
don't know, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's like our famous clip right there. We've used that for season after season after season. Thank you,
Someone
Afroman.
asked me if I paid him to do that, and I was like, no.
No.
No,
Oh.
I did not, actually. That's how you know that I DJ for a bro. I had to pay him for
Right.
that. I've done like, golly, 3-4 shows at the Speakeasy for him easily. And shout out to Jay Easy, by the way, owner of the Speakeasy, because without you, I wouldn't have gotten those opportunities. And I never forget that. And I never fail to mention that. While I'm not friends with every famous person because of him, and in some cases, he's friends with famous people because of me. That gate swings both
Right.
ways.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, the person who introduced him into Little Flip is the same person who introduced me to Little Flip. Wink, wink.
Wait, wait.
The same person. Did I introduce him? I don't remember if he
Zero.
showed. I know I got him in.
Zero.
No, he brought Zero in. He brought Zero,
Is he one that brought Zero?
and I
I'm
don't
the
think he
one that
went
hooked
with us.
Zero.
Snoop. Anyway, now we're just weak flexing, like any
Yeah.
tier 2 biatch. We're weak
A-
flexing. But anyway,
Absolutely. I hooked Zero up that day. I remember that.
we got high because I got high. So, let's talk about the lawsuit. I got to tell you that first off, there's so much to unpack here. There's a lot to unpack here. So Afroman, aka Joseph Foreman, he did win a lawsuit victory against Ohio sheriff deputies who sued him for defamation after he used footage of their 2022 raid in his from his own. By the way, I want to point out that this video wasn't like video he obtained from like body cam footage. No, this is video from his own CCTV system. That's why I tell you, bro, you gotta have
In
that
his
closed
own
circuit. You gotta have
private,
that closed circuit security, bro. Don't let them
in
control the
his
narrative.
own private residence, mind you.
Lemon pound cake. I'm about to smoke some lemon pound cake. Cause all right, sorry. I got off track there. I got off track there. But it was for good. It was for a good reason. Lemon pound
It's
cake. That's what it was for. Okay.
it's funny in the clip where that cop comes through the kitchen and he's holding his gun out like he's gonna, shoot somebody, and his eyes automatically go to that pound cake.
If you haven't seen the lemon pound cake video, I think that's more fun and more important than the song I'm sitting here dicking around singing, honestly.
Right.
But
Must see YouTube video.
must see TV. I'm going to be honest with you. Must see TV. Don't forget to like, heart, show us the love connection down there. So, basically, he was sued for defamation after he used footage from this raid, right? But again, I want to point out, from a legal perspective, you need to understand that he didn't like go do a, release of information request on the police video footage and then use their footage, kind of situation. No, he used his own closed circuit TV footage, and that comes into play as an important point of this case, right? And we'll talk about that in a minute. The damages sought, I think, is probably the first thing I want to talk about. So first off and foremost, the 7 law enforcement officers involved in this lawsuit are suing for right around $3.9 million when this is what the lawsuit is asking, arguing that the videos hurt their reputations as police officers and as people. No, I'm pretty sure. Okay,
Jeez.
first off, no, I'm pretty sure your
No.
actions hurt your reputation as a breathing thing. on Earth. Yeah, sure, for sure. 11-pound cake.
I,
Just
I
kidding. I
think
like
their
it. It's funny.
feelings were more hurt than anything that, here's this famous person that they thought they had evidence on
100%. And
and it turned
mhm,
into a total failure.
not just, a total failure, but you just have to look at the whole, you know, um, situation, right? I mean, in general, you just have to look at the humor behind it, like this one. Here's another hit. Ready for another hit song? Oh no! Hold on. But anyway, I've got another hit song for you.
I,
This is a nice little track I like to call "Will You Help Repair My Door?" Let them know, baby, they broke your nose. Why'd you have to make Afroman so sad? He's usually a little more cheery. A do 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 do. And for context, he's actually showing pictures of the damages they created. Like, Chris, seriously.
oh, I know.
I
They
mean,
trashed his,
this is who
they,
this is who I am as a smartass, at least at that level of smartass. I'm that level of smartass.
they trashed his house pretty good. I mean,
Oh yeah, this bullshit when the cops get it wrong and then they can still destroy your property, that still just blows my mind. It's
right,
a
because
fundamental flaw
they're,
if the police don't have to repair damages to your home when the situation could have been deemed unnecessary. And I do believe that when lies are told to obtain warrants, I don't care who told those lies. When you execute a warrant on a lie, you need to know that you're liable for damages. I mean, at least, although, rest in peace, Brown Taylor.
my big question is where did they obtain this information?
You know,
You know what I mean?
honestly,
Like, what led them to believe that they needed to obtain a search warrant?
well, and I think that's where the situation kind of comes into the problem is that so in August of 2022, Adams County deputies raided Afroman's home based on a search warrant for drug trafficking and kidnapping. The issue at hand here is that, from what I understand, is that no illegal items were found. Nobody was found kidnapped. So basically, bogus. Now, I think that you and I agree that a much deeper and even a uh, federal Department of Justice investigation is due. Don't hold your breath, guys. This current administration will let the police shit in your fucking mouth and would say that that was lawful at this point. I really believe that. But
Yeah, right.
I'll say this at least. Listen, there is a statute of limitations on things. It ain't a couple of years. So I would honestly say that I would pursue some type of investigation into how that warrant was obtained and seek criminal charges if it was unlawfully obtained. If that warrant was unlawfully obtained.
Right, right. If he really
However you
wanted
obtain
to
that
put,
warrant, you have to have probable cause. If you say, well, we had a witness tell us, okay, and what did you verify besides that witness? How did you corroborate that witness's statement? What did you do to prove that warrant was lawful, legal, and necessary? What did you do to prove that?
right, what did you do to prove that that witness's information was even credible?
So many questions.
Like, cause
Because
darn well they didn't do no, secret buy from him.
right, why did you get that warrant? And then I think from now on, judges ought to start dragging cops back fucking into court and going, you told me this. This is why I issued this warrant, which would have been substantiable, probable cause. On one person's word, the police cannot just go obtain a warrant. So whoever or whatever needs to be investigated quite deeply, and someone needs to be held accountable, because at the end of the day, if you cannot have you cannot have the police just using bunk information to obtain a warrant only to um basically fuck around and end up wasting people's time. And also, I'm waiting for the Afroman countersuit, because the countersuit is easy. You sued me because you're a fucking pussy and a crybaby, and you're a fucking weak bitch pig. Straight up. Sorry. You all aren't, but these ones are. And so you fucking weak bitch. So now I want to countersue you and reverse sue you or whatever for all the damages, all the defamation, and worse, and most importantly, whatever my lawyer wants to rake you over the fucking coals for. You want to come after me for
Yeah.
3.6 million, 3.9? Now I want at least 1.2 million out the 7 of you motherfuckers. Pay the fuck up. I don't care. Sell your house, sell your children's fucking college tuition. I don't give a fuck. Pay me, bitch.
Well, you want to know the sad thing is, I'm pretty sure like some of these departments have like uh safety nets for police officers that get sued like this. And
100%.
actually, the taxpayers actually pay for it, don't they?
No, because I'm talking about you
He
sue in civil court
sue
for damages and your lawyer
personal
fees from this very
personally.
personal lawsuit from them, because the
Mm,
city and the police department were not named in this lawsuit. This was individuals.
right, right, right. But and then I also have to question, like, why aren't the judges digging into the information more further before they just willy-nilly sign warrants for things?
Yeah, I got a big problem with that too myself, if I'm being quite honest with you, because see, one of the biggest problems is, for me personally at least, is when I look at this and I go, if you can give me a reason why you have genuine probable cause, then I mean, honestly, I'd need to know some other things deeper about the case, and I think there needs to be an investigation into that lawsuit. I mean, into that warrant. Honestly, I would be um, I would be very careful of them, because I could now that I've proven that your lawsuit has no merit, now I can sue you for the damages and everything from your thing. And during that time, even if it might be worth my money to sue you for the damages, because if you don't settle out of court and pay me, I will be able to drag you into a lovely legal process I like to call. Ready? Ready for it? Hold
Ready?
on. I thought, well, no, actually, honestly, I thought you were gonna guess. You have to sit for a deposition, folks. It's deposition. Anybody out there with the D word? It wasn't dick, it was deposition, okay? Okay. So, anyway, you'd have to sit for a deposition, which in turn could require you to give more information than just what was written on that thing. It could require you to divulge how you got the information that got you that warrant. And then it would require you to show, maybe I might ask questions around how you validated that, or if you even fucking did.
Right.
Boom shakalaka. I took it to the house. NBA Jams was a cool game when I was a kid. You know what? I miss that game. He's on fire. Anyway, so ADHD. So, um, again, the biggest thing is the video footage used was, of course, from closed circuit television. Essentially, if you do something on my security cameras, you can do fucking nothing to stop me from putting you on the internet. That is, for a
Right.
lack of a better word, settled law. I don't even have to put anything in the comment. all I have to do is put a snazzy clickbait title on it, put a video up of you, make all the money in the world, and I'll never have to give you a fucking dime. You'd be smart,
Well,
America, to start acting civilized, whether you're in a position of trust or not, because people can just take videos of you and put you out there. There are certain situations where they kind of have to be very careful of what happened and what they do. There's a video of me cussing out a restaurant worker, okay? I'm sure of it. The company would never put that video out because they also know that I have a phone call of something related to that would put them in a very precarious position where I may be. They begged me not to sue them, Chris, and even offered me free food. That's how.
I'd be
That's but
worried they'd
look,
be
dude. That's how
spitting in
bad.
it.
That's how bad it was, homie. That's how bad it really was. That's how bad really I was treated. It's bad when they beg you not to sue them. That I'll do. I even told some of the authority when it came to that part of it. Like, dude, you know they begged me not to sue them from the corporate office. Whatever she did was so bad that they begged me not to sue them. I have a, I'm like, I have a tape of that individual saying these things, one way or another. I would highly suggest that they change their story real quick and stop lying. And I'm gonna go home. Bye.
I mean, ultimately, I mean,
I record all my phone
everybody
calls.
has
It's a bitch.
it. Well, yeah, I mean, and you should for the most
And I
part.
love people that go, I
Um,
don't live in a state where you can record me without my permission. No, you live in
oh,
you know what it is I called you or you called me. And either way, where the recording was recorded from is the law that matters. And where I live, as long as one of the people in the recording knows it's recorded, it's illegal. I've been recording every phone call of mine for the better part, actually longer than a decade. There's people out there that have lied on me that I'm like, I got a recording that I could make you look real bad. I've had people, I had one person like lie on public forum about me and then beg me not to
yeah.
release the tape because it was going to make them look like a liar because I had proof that they had lied. You don't want to try me. I'm telling you right now, if I don't outthink you, outsmart you, out research you, then I probably got a recording of you doing something wrong. So you should shut the fuck up. And the best part is, anything you've recorded me saying, I've already fucking said on public forum. Fuck you.
Right.
Play the fucking tapes because I will too, though. I tell
Yeah,
my
I mean,
ex-wife that.
ultimately,
I tell my ex-wife's lawyer that in court. You know, I record everything. Does she
with
really want me
with
to play how she
today's
spoke to me?
with today's technology, everybody's got a camera. You know what I mean? And as long as you're in that person's private domain, you have no legal rights. I mean, they
Well,
could
okay,
put
first
you
off,
all over the internet.
I knew recording laws going back to literally being a journalist coming out of high school for the La Junta Tribune Democrat, right?
Right.
As a sports writer. Like I knew the recording laws because of that, technically, but I also already knew the recording laws because my uncle was a psycho and was recording every conversation with his ex-wife, who he was actually, in my eyes, he was the problem, not her, 100%. Like the whole family took her side. We just wish you wouldn't have took the kids and moved so far away, but we get why you did, right? Um, but we didn't. We definitely did not take our uncle's side. We saw how awful he was becoming, and he had a drug problem. And when I was a teenager in high school, in junior high. Anyway, long story short, rest his soul for God's sakes. But long story short, it just sucks because when you think about the whole legal ramifications of stuff, like sometimes taping stuff is all you got. So I always love like when the authorities are like, "You're not allowed to record me, bitch. You better stop playing with me, ho. That's settled constitutional law, you fuck boy. I'll record the fuck out of you.
Right.
Not only will I record the
And,
fuck out of you, but then I'm gonna put you on fucking YouTube, dox the fuck out of your dumb ass, and then sue the fuck out of you for everything you got and some and your city's fucking money. I'm the kind of guy
and
that when
then
the police look at me and run my name, they go, he's the one we let go. We leave him alone. They'll leave me the fuck alone. I have a record of beating the state when the state tried me. You don't want to fuck with me, I'll sue you.
yeah, when you're out in public, it's funny to see some of these cops on some of these videos. Oh, you can't record me. Well, you're out in public view. Yeah, I can.
Lawyers like me though. Lawyers love me because I've walked into my lawyers to sue the state and said, here's your fucking case. It's already resolved for you. I already researched the law. Here's where I was violated. Here's my constitutional rights violation. Go fucking do your job. You're welcome, by the way, because I got to pay you money for hour by hour. But guess what? The work's done for you. Oh, and here's 10 years of medical files that says they don't have the fucking right to tell me what to do. case over.
Right.
I mean, it took a few months, but you get what I'm saying. But I will tell you though, because I always tell people, if you want to fucking, even if you're the fucking guy, even if you're a fucking DA in my fucking town, if you want to swing at the king, goddammit, you better be fucking righteous with your God
Yeah.
and not be fucking
You
lying on me, because I will ruin you if you try me.
you also have a legal background, to be fair.
No, don't say it that way. I took some law classes, folks, but I learned
You
real
have
quick that if you
you
just
have
read
legal knowledge,
no,
okay?
honestly, dude, I've probably forgot more from those law classes. I've probably forgot more from those law classes than or no, I've learned more than I've probably since I've been gone from colleges, right? I've learned
Yeah.
more about the law by doing research and studying and reading and this, that, and the other. And basically, like when the state came at me, shit, I came to fuck back. And I came to fuck back with governor's signatures on laws and said, you're not allowed to do this. Go fuck yourself. But in a really
Right.
business-like way. And then said, you're a fucking, I said, you're basically you're fucking coming at me because you don't fucking like me. And guess what? I fucking thrived on that shit, motherfucker. And you learned the hard way, didn't you? Yeah, you know who the fuck you are.
Well, well, yeah, that's the scare tactic they
Stand your
always
ass. You
use.
didn't even have to fuck with me. You
Well,
fucked with me just to fuck with me, but you got fucked back, bitch. Sorry, Chris. I'm
that's
sorry.
the scare.
You know what?
That's
Let
the
me smoke some of this
hey,
lemon pound cake.
smoke, hit your weed, God damn it, slow the hell down.
I'm still salty about that
Either
lawsuit
way,
because you didn't have to come at me like that.
ultimately, ultimately, that's what they always try to do. They try to throw scare tactics at you like you don't know anything, in hopes that you won't pursue what they're afraid of.
Bro, I showed up with a probation officer who said, I don't even have a reason why he can't smoke weed, man. Seriously, just leave him the fuck alone. He's actually a decent kid. He's just trying to do his thing.
Right.
Like, bro, I showed up with a. Okay, I've said too much. You know what? Let me hit this bomb. Gotta take my ADHD chill. Lemon pound cake. Okay, no, I'm just petty. Okay, so anyway, no, but so. So anyway,
You kill me sometimes.
Afroman's core defense, guys, by the way, the important part, like what's the core of the defense? Really simple, that his legal team basically put up an argument that his music and social media posts were protected under the First Amendment rights as satire and criticism of public officials, which 100%. I think where he criticized them quietly was showing up in an American flag suit. Like, honestly, I want that suit. I need that suit. During the testimony, the officer, known as Deputy Lemon Poundcake, to us, I don't know, he's got a real fucking name, I don't care. He admitted that he received hundreds of pound cakes from public people in public following the viral video. Now, listen, sir, I actually take issue with that issue. I really do. Like, everything else I said before this was just me acting like a crazy psycho for the fun of the show, but I want to be real for a minute here, folks. I actually do take issue with the guy being upset. Like, first off, you couldn't stay out the lemon pound cake at Afroman's house. I'm just gonna point that out. Like, I'm not even trying to be a dick about it, but it's true though.
Yeah.
You couldn't stay out the lemon pound cake at the man's house. So instead, you know, then you get mad when the world, like, come on, man. Like, clearly you need lemon pound cake in your life, bro. You literally raided someone's house and then stole their food. First off, I can call you a fat fuck for that. And that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Just like this is someone else's opinion.
he
You know.
he had his eyes on that fucking cake the minute he walked through the door.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm petty. Go ahead.
I said, and now you got me all sideways. God
Lemon
dang you.
pound cake. That's some
He
shit where you
had
can
his
fuck with the
eyes.
police like that and just walk away with American suit flag on and say, suck my dick. There's literally nothing they can do about it. You gotta fucking love
Right.
America. God bless this country for those reasons alone. Right there. I'm not going to say for every reason, but goddamn it, those are good ones right there. Okay, people. We can all, I don't care if you're right wing, left wing, no political standpoint. We can all fucking agree that kicking the police ass in court over fucking them wrongfully raiding your house and then showing up and walking off into the sunset, winning that case in an American flag suit. There's nothing more goddamn American than that. It's beautiful, man. It brought it to my eye.
They can't really get mad at Afroman because he got a bunch of pound cakes. He can't
No,
control what
like I'm so stuck by
the
that. Like, bro,
public
come
does. You
on.
know what I mean? Like,
Like, dude,
uh,
like you literally got free food, bro. Quit bitching. And clearly you're hungry. Okay, listen. First off,
I
no disrespect, homeboy, but you're a biggin, and I'm not even trying to be a jerk or mean. You're a big guy, right? Like
yeah
that's fair to
yeah
say. You're a biggin, right?
and
So,
and
Officer
you
Pound Cake, Lemon Pound Cake. I'm not. I don't know your real name, and I honestly don't care what it is. It doesn't matter what your name is. Was taught by The Rock.
I think I think it's really funny that the fans actually took the time to dig into the information to find out where this guy lived
It worked and shit.
and,
And they sent lemon pound
and
cakes
worked.
to his shit,
Yeah.
bro. Like, while I smoke lemon pound cake, weed on my mama. That shit is funny. You need to get over that, sir.
They should have just been happy and shared it with the rest of the
I mean,
office.
honestly, that's free food. And you can't act like you motherfuckers don't like snacks, bro. We
Right.
know. You, the only person that knows more about snacks than the police is Day Day's girlfriend's sister. And we've all known that since next Friday, fool. I'm going to preach. Okay, so some more facts of the case, though, all jokes aside. Um, I think that the dramatic turn in the case was, in my opinion, when Afroman's only defense witness that he called was one of the police officers' ex-wives
Oh,
who what uh who was one of the deputies, of course, suing, Afroman. And in a nutshell, and I don't want to get into word by word, I'd tell you in any situation, you don't ever have to believe what I say. Just go download the transcripts of the case that are lawfully public, right? But what I will say is that there's a bit of comedy there because so he's like, I fucked your wife, in one of the songs. And so they asked her, well, did he ever fuck you? He's like, no. And basically like, okay, well then we rest our case. There's nothing to really, there's no way this could have in any way really impacted you as a person because he didn't fuck your wife.
right,
Like,
right,
that's fucked up when the court's like, look, no one dicked your wife down. Get the fuck out of here and stop it. It was just a song, dude. Calm down. I think that
right.
the part of this case that we cannot, shy away from, Chris, and I think that we have to always show the utmost respect for is the inconsequential facts behind the case. So, yes, yes, have we had some fun times with Afro Man hanging out? I'm pretty sure he even hit on Cammy just a little bit, but he knew she was with me.
Right,
He's also old enough to be her dad. Let's be honest. No,
right.
he's not that old. He's not that old, but he's up. I mean, he's older than me, and I'm older than her, but not by much. But he's definitely older than me by a lot more. I think he might be like 10 years old. So he's got to be like older to
Yeah,
older brother.
he's. I believe he's a little bit older than I am.
He's like, I go Colt 45 on them young ones, and I'm like, okay, bro, good for you.
You
We all
keep
had
your
our
Colt
time, man.
Hey, what's
45
going on,
yourself.
Mr. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Hungry Hustling American Dream Afro Man?
You know what I'm saying? He's just Afro Man in it out there. Hold on.
Hey, what's going on, Mr. Hungry Hustling American Dream Afro Man? Wake and bake, America. Yeah, you're chilling with Mr. Trey.
That's Mr. Trey, not Ashtray.
You're listening to Mr. Trey, and you know why. Yeah. Yeah.
We still love him for
Hey,
that. It's one of the funniest cuts I've ever gotten. I've had some funny ones, but that one's the best funny one.
Afro Man is 1 year older than me.
Oh wow,
He
yeah,
was
and you're
born.
old as shit. No, I'm just playing. You
He
ain't
was
that old.
born in 70. He was born in 75. I was born in 76.
Oh, he's actually not that. He's not that much older. Okay. Let me word this right. He's not as much older than me as I thought. So I'm sorry, Afro Man. I'm actually sorry for that.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
actually really sorry.
He's
I
50.
really tried to make
He's
him old.
51 and I'm 50.
He's not even that old. That's actually not that old. Not for the
Yeah.
realm of age I roll in. I'll say it that way.
No,
Like,
because your co-host is only a year younger than him.
I probably would have looked up to you in junior high if you were in my neighborhood, bro, literally, and probably would have thought you were the coolest dude ever by high school because by then you was dropping the tracks, right? So,
Yeah, and I bet he was a jokester.
oh yeah, we would have gotten along because I was always pranking friends, teachers,
Right.
always just kind of a goofy guy, having a good time, being funny. So we would have gotten along in that aspect for sure. I've never been a mean person. So as long as you was cool and wasn't a bully, we probably would have been friends. But also, he sold weed. We would have been
Right.
friends
Yes.
because I would
He'd
have
have
bought weed
been
from him to sell to my friends.
number one on the speed dial.
Right? I'd have been like, bro, listen. But now the best part is giving people like him weed and just rolling up with them and just smoking them out and watching them show up with really right. You guys
Riding
do
on
not
a
know
party bus.
when I tell you some of us are just who we are, but maybe during a show on stage or during a podcast, we may be an inflated version of ourselves, right? An inflated version of ourselves, okay? But um at the end of the day, in a sense, you're still who you are. Like, I really smoke weed all day. Not literally all day long. Like, I don't sit here like your lungs would, be fucked. But I definitely, do a little edibles, a little bit of, I take bong rips. I'll smack around a little bit of that yummy, yummy, yum, good, good pens, my dab pen. I don't really hard dab anymore, Chris, but that's just because, it's like having to have a whole nother setup, a whole nother rig, a
Okay.
whole nother device.
It's yeah, it's called convenience.
Honestly, if I had a house instead of a condo where it was like my way or the highway in a sense, I mean, obviously my wife would really make the rules. We all know how it goes. But I'm just saying, in my mind, it would be my way or the highway, and that's comfortable with me. I always feel like,
Well,
even though I know I'm not going to be in charge of the house, if I feel like I am, I'm okay with that. Like any good king, I just need the appearance of being in charge. I don't actually want to be. Who the fuck wants to be in charge?
right, but you would have a room that you could have like the studio and stuff in, or a place where you could go
I
smoke, and
Unless
it
like
would
one of
be
the kids
your
had to move in with us, yes, 100%. I would want to have like
right.
and also kind of separate from my office, maybe even if it's just in a general separate area. But I'd like to have a smoke area where like right now, it's just I put everything in my office when the grandkids come, and if I need to sneak away, that's what I do. But I would prefer that
Right.
it just be like even away from my office. I really like when I mean, obviously not right now. I'm taking bong rips during a podcast. I get it. That's going to be in a studio setting, right? But if I'm doing a studio setting at home, I want to be or not at home, but no, I forgot what I was saying. It doesn't matter. The point is that I want to have a place to do my thing. Let's be real. That's what it really comes down to. You heard the complaint. Call
Oh yeah.
45. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, sometimes you just gotta have a good time and just let what happens happens. Smile, take a bong grip, drink your coffee, and keep talking about this Afroman case because it is fascinating. Because I think, like I said, we have to look at the bigger picture problem here, right? Like, if these cops had won this case, right? Think about what that would say. Okay,
Uh, about your First Amendment right.
100%. You already know what I'm getting at here.
I
Um,
do.
Yeah. When you look at the idea that someone can just sue you because they don't like the song you wrote, I would argue that he. So check this out. I would argue that he wrote a song about what really happened, and and there's video there showing that happening. So I would say that you would have a hard time convincing me as a juror of, look, I think, Chris, you've heard me say that I do wish that racial aggressive verbiage and behavior was illegal. You've heard me say that. I
Oh
do.
yeah.
I know that treads on the First Amendment, people. So please save your hate mail. But if you want to send it, it's info at wake, the letter in Vegas, americashow.com for sure. You can send your hate mail if you'd like. But I have always said that there are places where free speech is still pretty solid in the sense of it all. But there's a few things that it's just like, hey, if you do this though, this is beyond what a civilized society has to accept. I think
Right.
that as Europe, and you look at Europe, right, dude, it's pretty bad when even places in Africa, but also Europe, Asia, Asia Minor, um, the South Pacific, when you talk about like Australia and New Zealand and so forth, right, Tasmania and such, a lot of these places, that I'm just kind of, hop, skipping, and jumping through the world, Canada, not so much South America, believe me, um, but there's a lot of decency stuff these days in their laws. There's a lot of, at what point are we saying that free speech supersedes being a civilized society, right?
Right.
And they're saying, hey, I'm not saying you can't say what you want. I'm not even saying you can't say fuck the king, although in some places that may be true. Full disclosure here. I'm not trying to get you murdered in your country, dead ass. I'm dead ass serious. Like, that's some real shit. But what I will say is saying fuck the king is lawful, but saying, kill the fill in the blanks, right? With an ethnic or religious, grouping, right? We don't want that in our society. We don't want that. That's not a civilized society. That's not the way a civilized society acts, Chris. So I think that we're, I mean, we were the beacon of democracy, hope, and so many other things, bro, for so long. But I do believe that much like during the Civil War, America's kind of lost her way. Saying, while the rest of the world has said, yo, slavery is just wrong, except for Spain. Let's be real. They came along later and they are worse for that, simply put. But Chris, when you look at slavery as a good example of something, heinous that became worldly unacceptable to physically own somebody for no reason other than to own them, right? Like that became unacceptable at a point, right? And so when you look at that, Christopher, and you say, in America, there was an entire faction and a good half of the faction almost of American political people who were fighting essentially to keep slavery around while the rest of the world had, essentially decided that that was just not for a civilized society of genuine laws, rules, fairness, and judicial equality for whatever it could be at that time, right? So we begin to fall behind and no longer be the beacon. And the consequence of that is, Chris, do you realize that pretty much from like the Civil War from 1865 ending, right? Do you realize that we were not the forefront and or even a beacon of light other than a place to go because there was more land than anywhere else that no one was using? Other than that, and sort of the freedom laws, right? Let's be honest. But other than that, dude, from 1865 until literally probably World War II, dude, it was really honestly Roosevelt, the American engine, the factory workers who were all put back to work, who had really largely been out of work, right, because of the Great Depression, begin this great American engine that puts America really to become the forefront, the first country in the world, right, the top dog, the big kahuna. But I think today, Chris, when we see that in America, we want to own guns instead of making it safer to live, right? And I'm not, and listen, I believe in gun ownership because we're not in a place where I want to just be like, yeah, it's cool. We don't need them. But I want to say that when you look at America being the sort of supposed to be the beacon of hope and safety and love, Chris, right? And all this other stuff. And then you really look at, the idea that we're like, let's pack some fucking guns, let's fucking shoot each other, being wanting to be a vile minded individual and being able to express that openly in public forum is more important than having a civilized society. And I think that that's largely started to set us back. I mean, there's places where people fight against laws that would fine you for littering. I'd say that if you're that big of an asshole that you can't throw it in the trash can, here's your fucking ticket, dickweed. Literally. Like,
Right.
because in a civilized society, we don't fucking throw trash on the ground. It makes sense to me. Now, I'm not saying we need to go find everybody, throw everybody in jail. That's ridiculous. America is the ultimate machine of fucking jail, Chris. We don't need that. But you get what I'm getting at. Like, we constantly act like we're this beacon of hope and light. And so when we win small suits like Afroman's that keeps words free and freedom free, I appreciate that. but I do see the damage when we don't check the real just stuff that it's not hard to say. Your thinking doesn't belong in a civilized society. No fucking offense, asshole.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the way society has changed is pretty wild over the years. Um, we really need to get back to more of helping each other make it further in life than a certain group of us trying to hold the lesser few behind. It's deplorable that,
Mondo.
you know, we thought that it was okay to own people when we were trying to make a better place for the less fortunate to go in the beginning and the founding of this country,
And on
you
the backs
know,
of even less fortunate. Can I throw that in there when
right?
you encompass
Yeah,
slavery?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, because it wasn't just colored people. They enslaved
Oh
Chinese
yeah.
people,
You
Mexicans.
could be essentially indentured for debt or something. There's a lot of I tell people there's more than one way to fuck up someone's life. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
For instance, indentured servitude wasn't gone in England. You just couldn't own somebody for no fucking reason. You know what I mean? Like, truth be told.
yeah,
So, but I will say this, Chris, I have been blown away at some of the way lawsuits have gone. I'm sure they may appeal, right? Most people do, right? But I
oh
will
yeah,
say that I genuinely appreciate the win against somebody literally just whining about, listen, this guy didn't racially slur you. He wasn't like your insert race or, religion or something that's protected, right? No offense, but I got a news flash for you, lemon pound cake. Being a fat fuck, while you might be a dick for calling somebody a fat fuck, lemon pound cake, you might be a dick for that. Clearly, I'm being a dick in this moment because satire's fun, and clearly you've already learned you're wasting your time even suing little old me. So look here, lemon fucking pound cake. Being fucking fat is a choice. I don't give a fuck what no one says because at some point you've got to get your shit together and put down that motherfucking Afroman lemon pound cake made by his goddamn mama and get your ass on a treadmill and stop being pissed off someone noticed your goddamn. Okay? Now get over it, lemon pound cake. And Ricky Waters, if you're a son of a bitch, then you're a son of a bitch. I don't care who fucked your wife.
maybe you should be keeping track of her.
I mean, damn. Okay, so first off, if you have to stalk your wife, you need a new wife. I'm just gonna point that out. Um,
Right?
I just think that if your wife's ready to slide out and leave, then just tell him and go. Because, girl, honestly, you don't want to look like a hoe later. And even if you don't care to look like a hoe later, you're gonna look like a hoe later. Um, and honestly, between you and me, Chris, I, I'll tell you what. I'm like, you can cut and run. We can let it go, but I'm not finna do nothing wrong because I just don't want to look. I don't want to look like the bad person. Simply,
Right?
no. There have been times where I have actually been the bad person. Okay, like big time though.
No.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, who knows? We're all human, right? So
Yeah.
anyway, um, so me the bad person? Yes, no, maybe so. But what I will say is, um, sadly, whether me, you, or the rest of the world likes this, the truth is, we all have fun. We live our best life. We try hard. And if you think we're supposed to be all upset because your dumbass doesn't like the lyrics to a song, we're not. And clearly neither was the jury that was presented this case. Honestly, I think sometimes cases should go to the grand jury. Like honestly, I think your warrant should have went to a grand jury. It would have never been
Yeah.
given to you. I guarantee you. There's something you
Yeah.
lied about. I want that word investigated. I think, honestly, this Department of Justice is pro police fucking up and not doing the lawful shit. So unfortunately, you're kind of fucked there. It is what it is. Snap cakes and pound cakes and lemon pound cakes to you. But the truth is that unfortunately, you know, for lack of better words, whether you like it or not, man, it is what it is, you know? Um,
Well, this is a big win for First Amendment rights, in the right sense, because ultimately Afroman had every right to do what he did, regardless of what they liked or disliked.
and
And
I think you got to
like you
sue
said,
for recover your
no,
losses. I shouldn't have to pay my lawyer for frivolous lawsuits
right. So he made a song to pay for the damages the police did.
to his home, and then now he's gonna have to make a song to pay for the damages to uh uh uh, uh his um his finances for his lawyer. I don't know. I just go for it, bro. You know what to do.
they're
All right, so
gonna they're gonna get them for that anyways.
right, so we got to get out of here, but I think we would be remiss if we didn't get out of here in the most classy, but somehow equally as trashy Wake and Bake America Afro Man type situation we can. So,
Hit
you
it,
ready to get out of here with this one?
hit it.
I think we should just sing our way out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, just gotta get out of here. Hey, Chris, it's been a fun show. Y'all know the words.
Yes.
You know, put your hands together. Strike live and two zigzags. Baby, that's all we
And
do. Go to the moon,
hope
get
the
the
joy
dogs
things
across
are
the
examining under
way.
the
Yeah, we
breed.
go.
Hey, what's going on? It's the hungry hustling American dream Afro man. Wake and bake America. Yeah, you're chilling with Mr. Trey.
That's Mr. Trey, not Ashtray.
You're listening to Mr. Trey, and you know why. Yeah. Yeah.